Hey there, music enthusiasts. Today I'm taking you on a journey back in time to discover the mystical world of medieval music. Picture this. It's roughly 500 to 1400 AD and the foundations of Western classical music are being laid. Medieval music is deeply rooted in religious tradition, primarily associated with the Christian church. Let's dive into its core characteristics. First up, monophony. This was the dominant style, music with a single melodic line without harmony. You've probably heard of Gregorian chant, right? It's the most famous example. Sacred Latin vocal music sung in unison by monks. Just imagine those echoing spiritual voices filling a grand cathedral. Next we have modal scales. Unlike our modern major and minor scales, medieval music used modes. These give the chants a mystical, ancient sound, like stepping into a candlelit cathedral or hearing echoes in a stone monastery. Now let's talk about rhythm and notation. Early medieval music had no strict rhythm. It flowed freely with the text. Eventually, neumes evolved. These were the first attempts at music notation, helping composers indicate pitch and later rhythm. While vocals dominated, some early instruments also made their mark, especially in secular music. Instruments like the lyre, harp, flute, recorder, vielle, which is an early violin, lute, bagpipes, and both portative and positive organs. Imagine the lively sounds of these instruments bringing medieval courts and villages to life. Speaking of which, medieval music split into sacred and secular categories. Sacred music included Gregorian chant, organum, early polyphony, and later the complex multi-voice motet. This music was written to elevate the soul, a whispered prayer in musical form. On the other hand, secular music was performed by troubadours in France, minnesingers in Germany, and wandering jongleurs. Their songs were about chivalry, love and storytelling, often accompanied by instruments. Dance music, like the lively estampilles and saltarellos, also began to appear, full of earthy joy and rhythmic energy. Some key composers you should know include Boethius, an early theorist, Isidore of Seville, who preserved Greek musical thought, Hildegard von Bingen, a mystic and composer of expressive chants, and Léonin and Perrotin from the Notre Dame school, who developed early polyphony. Medieval music often evokes a sense of reverence, mystery, and yearning. Sacred music, with its calm, floating melodies, brings peace and humility, reflecting a longing for the divine. Meanwhile, the modal scales create an unearthly, ancient feel, and even without harmony, there's a subtle, emotional intensity that feels like a soul reaching upward. Secular music, on the other hand, is earthy, romantic, and sometimes humorous. You can hear the passion, desire, and playfulness in songs about unrequited love, bravery, and everyday life. Instruments add rhythm and color, transforming stories into celebrations of life. In short, medieval music connects heaven and earth. Sacred music reaches upward with solemn beauty, while secular music brings you closer to human emotion, love, and daily life. Even though it's over 1,000 years old, its emotional power still resonates if you pause and listen. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into medieval music, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more musical journeys. Till next time. Till next